Hi guys, how are you? This is Ritu Tamret and you are watching my channel SAP FICO with Ritu. So today we are going to start number ranges for documents. Uh, but but I would like to tell you what document is first before we get into this topic of number ranges. First of all, let me tell you what is a document. There are different types of accounts in ACP system. Okay, so we have already talked about these different types of accounts types in my previous video, that is posting period variant. So I would rather suggest you guys go for that video of mine, that is posting period variant, in order to understand what different types of accounts types are before trying to understand this video, which is about, of course, document and number ranges. Okay, so what is document? First of all, let me tell you. So any financial record which we post into the system, you know uh, which we post into the system, this record gets saved or recorded into the system in the form of a written or printed official record, and this record is called document. Okay, now what is a document type? Now what is document we have already understood. What is document? I hope you guys have understood what document is all about. Any financial record which we try to post into the system, or I mean any kind of record which we want to post into the system, that gets saved into the system. And of course that we are talking about a kind of record which has got some financial impacts in it. So if we try to post any such record into the system, then that gets posted into the system, or that gets saved into the system in the form of a written or printed official record, and that is document. Okay, now what is document type? So we have already read there are different types of accounts types. I have talked about these different types of account types in my video posting period variant, but however I'm going to tell you I'm going to tell you I'm going to give you some little bit idea about what is accounts type. So there are different types of account types. It could be vendor is an account type. Customer is also an account type. There are then general ledger accounts types, material account types, asset account types. So these are different kinds of account types. If you wanna have detailed information about these account types, then you will have to go to my video posting period variant. So however, I have given you a little bit idea about what accounts types are. Now let's start. What is document type? Now what is document? I have already told you. Now what is document type? So suppose any financial record which we are going to post into the system, then obviously that financial record is going to saved into that system in the form of a document. There is no doubt about this sentence, about this fact, that financial record is going to be saved into the system in the form of a document. Now if that financial record is related with a kind of particular type of accounts, that means suppose that document which have got some financial impact into it, that document is related to any such accounts type, be it vendor or customer or material or asset or general ledger, then that financial record which we are going to post into the system in the form of a document, if it is related with any of these accounts types, then that document is that document is a document type of that particular kind of accounts type. Okay, so let me give you one example. Suppose vendor is an account type. There is no doubt vendor is an account type, customer is an account type. Okay, and vendor is denoted by a alphabet which is K. Customer is denoted by an alphabet which is D. Okay, so K is for vendor, D is for customer. Now suppose we are going to post a document which is invoice, and invoice is related with vendor. Then in this invoice, then obviously this is called this type of document is called invoice. Okay, so invoice is also denoted with an alphabet which is R. Okay, now what will be the the symbol we can use in order to denote vendor invoice. Obviously vendor is being denoted by K and invoice is being denoted by R, then obviously vendor invoice will be denoted with two characters, which is of course alphabetical characters. What will be there? KR. So vendor, K is for vendor and R is for invoice. Okay, so this is document type. Okay, I hope you guys have understood up to a certain extent, I hope. Now suppose we are going to post a document which is related to the payment of the vendor. Then vendor is being denoted by K, of course it's not going to change ever. The vendor is always being denoted by K. Now the payment which we are going to make to the vendor, this document is this document is going to be denoted by, payment document is going to be denoted by Z. Now what will be the symbol or what will be the two alphabetical characters by which we can denote vendor payment? K is for vendor and Z is for vendor payment. Then that is going to be KZ. Same way you could see in the case of customer also. Customer is denoted by D and payment related with the customer is going to be denoted by Z. Okay, then in that case what will be the document type? DZ. Suppose we are going to make any invoice related to the customer, then invoice is being denoted by which letter? R, and customer is being denoted by which letter? D. Then in that case what will be the alphabetical character which will denote customer invoice? That will be DZ. Okay, so guys, I have tried my best to make you understand what document type is all about. Okay, now we will go to see what number ranges. Okay, what is number ranges? So let me first go to the number ranges. So SPRO, we will of course go through this navigation path in order to search for number ranges, and the T code is FBN1. So this is document number range which we are going to see the explanation of. So what is number range? Number range is obviously a range of numbers between two given numbers. So let me give you one example. Suppose we will talk about a number range between 1 to 1000. That means all the numbers which come between these two numbers, 1 and 1000. So this is number range, we know. Now number ranges, financial accounting. First of all, financial accounting, global settings. We will go to documents, and then we'll go to documents, documents number ranges. Define number ranges. Okay, so what is our company code? TA01. Intervals. See here we will have to go to interval. So here we will have to make number ranges right from 01. Let me make you 01. What is the year? The year is 2020, and suppose we give number range 1 to 999. So this is a number range now, and this number 01 is a two numeric characters. Okay, and this number which is 01, this number has got this number range interval from 1 to 999. Okay, so go to, we will have to make number ranges right from 01, and then we will make 04. Why I am making like this, I will tell you. Let me first make. So you could make here from 1000, because up to 999 we have already done. So we'll make from 1000 to 1000 to 1999. Okay, now next number, again go to interval. Next number we will take 14. Suppose we take 14. So why I am taking like this, I will tell you. Go to 2000, because up to 1999 we have already created. So 2000 is the next number. Now 2999, like that. Again we will make 15. Take number range 15. Year 2020. Now 3000 we will take. Next number is 3000 to 3999. Okay, save. Like that we have to create some of the number ranges. 15, now 16, 16, 20. Next is, I think, next is 4000 to 4999. Okay, so like that you have to create all these number ranges. Now there are some more number ranges which I will tell you later, but before this, why I am creating these number ranges without any sequence, let me make you understand that. Save. So save. Okay, now let me show you. Let me open another session. And go to the T code OBA7. OBA7 is a T code through which you can go to document types. So we have already discussed our document types. Now these are document types. So we have discussed KR, KZ, DR, DZ, there are many document types. So you can see over here how many types of document types are there. Many document types. Okay, so let's talk about KZ and KR first of all. So see, KR is the, okay, let it first go like this, otherwise it will create problem. I think it has stopped. So KR, see, KR vendor invoice. See, I have informed you guys a short while back, KR is for vendor invoice. Okay, let's go to this vendor invoice. So see, this vendor invoice, which is KR, number range is 19. So what you see here, number range 19, that means this number range which is 19, and which is 19 of course, and which is two numeric characters 19, which has already been given to this vendor invoice. We have not to, like, we are not supposed to give or assign any number range to these document types. These number ranges have already been assigned to different kinds of document types. Okay, I hope you have understood. Now what is our work? Our work is only to give number ranges over there. Our work is to give the ranges only, and that too according to the requirement of our clients. Okay, fine. So let's go to that. we were here. See, our TA01 now intervals. See here. Now that was 19. Okay. I think that was now let me show you what is our number range for vendor invoice. That is 19. So we have created up to 14, I think. Yes, so we have created 14. So 01 is for some other document now, and let me show you, like vendor payment. So vendor payment, the number range for vendor payment, that is KZ, is 15. Okay, okay, sorry. That is KZ. The number range is for number range is 15 for KZ. Now if we talk about vendor invoice, number range is 19 for the vendor invoice KR. Okay, like that, and so on. So we have created up to 14, I think. So let's create 15 and 19 also. And likewise we have to create the number ranges for customer invoice, customer payment, and there are so many document types, like and for them we have to create the number ranges. And mind you, we are only supposed to create the number ranges according to the requirement of our clients. We are not here to give the two numeric code or two numeric symbol to these number ranges. Like here 19 is the two numeric code which has been already provided to the document type, which is vendor invoice. Now 15 is a two numeric code which has already been provided by the system to which kind of document type? To vendor payment. Okay, now what is our work? Our work is to give only the ranges. Okay, so let's make 19 and 15. Let's make 19 and 15. So I think, let me go there. So we are in this screen now. Let me make 15 I have already created. Yeah, up to 16 we had created. Up to 16. Now let me make 19. So let's make 19. It's not that, without sequence you could also make. So let me make 19, 20, 20 from, so up to where we have done 4. See here 4999 we have done. So we can give here 5000 to 5999. Okay, so this is something that I mean we are supposed to give the number ranges only. See here 19, 16, 15, these are the number ranges codes, or two numeric codes which have already been provided by the SAP system to the different document types. Now our work is to, I'm repeating of course, to make you understand or make things more and more clear, of course. So our work is to give the number ranges only, which we are doing right now. So 19 and 15 we have created. So now so many number ranges we are there to create, and 15 and 19 right now I'm talking about. These two number ranges are for vendor invoice and vendor payment. Now so many number ranges for so many different document types are still to be created. So this is what number range is all about. Fine. So we will meet in the next video. I hope you guys have understood the concept, the explanation. Today I have tried my best to make you understand, guys. So if you like my ways of teaching, my ways of explanation, of course, I'm trying my best to make you people understand the concept of SAP. Like, it's not enough that if you know the configuration steps and the practical things which go on in SAP system, it's not enough. It's right that it's very good if you know the steps, if you are an expert in practical scenario in SAP system, but that's not enough, because if you don't know the concept behind it, this is something which is not required at all, because the time you are going to face your interviews, that at that time you will be hit with a volley of questions, and however expert, however much expert you are in your SAP practical, but if you don't know the concept, if you don't know the reasons behind your steps which you are going to, which you are going to, which you are performing, of course, which you are doing in your system, then in that case all your knowledge will go into vain. So I have started my video, SAP video in YouTube, with the sole purpose that I will make you people know the concept behind the configuration, the concept behind the process of SAP system. So I'm really laboring hard behind that, and I'm making all my videos with a lot of hard labors in industry. So if you like my ways of teaching, my ways of explanation, please give me big fat thumbs up, and also subscribe to my videos, subscribe to my channel, and share my videos with your friends. And okay, then I'll catch you in I'll catch you guys the next week with some other topic of SAP FICO. Till then, bye bye.